Well, welcome back to Murphy's Law with John and Juicy. I'm Keith Ray.
John Ray, what's happening?
Well, John, I took a little trip yesterday on payday. Trip to a place I believe you might be familiar with. Little boutique shop. Little clothing store, apparel store known as Marshall's.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah, bro, putting the person in homeless person, you know? You gotta love Marshalls. It's just, you get nice stuff, super cheap, and there's fat people clothes there. I didn't even know that. I thought it was gonna be one of those places. Now, they don't have a lot of fat people clothes, but they had some. I mean, I got a new shirt. That's 2 weeks in a row, 2 new shirts. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep the streak up, but it's going in a good direction.
Well, it's a step up from getting your clothing from the gas station.
Or liquor store. I am more of a liquor store for the socks and underwear. Gas station for the t-shirts.
Oh, okay.
You know, and hats, usually. But I got this hat at Marshall's yesterday. A little camouflage, both literally and figuratively, so I can blend in out in the middle of outer space where I work.
Yeah, I used to go to Marshall's every payday when I was like 16, 17 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good way to... you probably still have some of those clothes you got at Marshall's back in those days.
Possibly. I don't know.
The clothes that they have are still, like, made to last apparel. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised.
It's all name brand stuff.
I mean, they didn't have the 3-packs for $2 of underwear like I like. But, you know, you got to win some and lose some. I like those, like, Kevin McAllister Home Alone 2 underwears, you know, where they're just like, they're like fanned out at the bottom. They kind of look like the bottom half of a woman's jumper.
About Home Alone 2.
Oh, that's the good one. That's the one where he's in New York.
New York, okay.
Yeah. Joe Pesci gets grease all over his pistol, and he can't manage to kill the kid because his thumbs are it's like he's playing thumb war with the hammer of a pistol, and then the bird lady comes out of nowhere and douses them in fucking birdseed.
You run into the same idiot bandits.
Yeah, I know, right?
In New York that were in your hometown. Where were they from? In
Chicago.
Chicago. That's what I thought.
Well, they took they showed up in New York in a fish truck. You know, it was really a highlight.
Didn't they get arrested in the first one too? So they must have caught bail, huh? White privilege.
Yeah. You know, they it's
if
funny.
It was 2 black guys that were filling everybody's sinks with towels and flooding their houses. They'd throw them under the jail.
Yeah, dude. It's unfortunate how the police in our society just seem to be almost like have like a tunnel vision on a certain demographic of people in this nation. You know, they're like, and extra hard on because like, you know, we know lots of criminals. We are working class people. You know, like it's hard to get by legitimately. Just working a straight job, and so, you know, we bump into people who do nefarious things, and I gotta say, the white ones seem to get in less trouble. You know, it's pretty upsetting. John, I noticed that you're gracing the table with a hammer there. You got a claw hammer on the table. Does that mean it's the return of the hammer?
Yeah, we got a hammer this week.
Oh, really? Well, that's a pretty nice hammer, I gotta say. That's a Stanley? Mm-hmm. Oh, snap. Got the fiberglass handle. That's good.
You don't mess around.
You're not gonna accidentally break that should you hit something too hard.
No, not at all.
Well, John, tell us a little bit about who's getting the motherfucking hammer this week. I'm excited.
This week,
violence.
We don't even know the person's name. But
has it been redacted or something?
No, they just haven't released the name. It's a police officer from Salisbury, North Carolina.
Okay. Cop from the South.
And this guy is a real scumbag. Anyway, this video came out of this police officer. He's a canine police officer.
Oh, okay.
And they're in a training facility. He's with one of the guys in the suits, that they get attacked in and shit.
Oh,
and,
okay.
So the canine is in the cruiser.
This is a German Shepherd?
Yeah.
Okay. Not my favorite dog,
It might be one of those Belgian whatevers.
Okay. Less likely.
Same thing as a German Shepherd.
Less likely that we can tie him to the Holocaust.
Yeah.
If it's a Belgian Shepherd.
Yeah, I don't know where Belgium stood in World War II.
I think they were annexed by Germany.
Yeah, probably. Anyhow, so cops kind of out away from the car. Dog jumps out of the car.
Okay.
So apparently he wasn't supposed to do that, but so the cop yells at him. Dog drops down, stays just like it's supposed to. So this cop comes up to the dog, puts the leash on it, yanks it up in the air, slings it over his shoulder like it's fucking Santa Claus with a bag full of gifts, takes it over to the car, slams it against the side of the car,
Jesus.
puts it in the car, and basically punches it in the face.
Whew.
And I don't know. It blows me away.
God damn. I mean, what is this, a 9-year-old girl?
Yeah,
This is a fucking dog we're talking about here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just, this dude's supposed to be,
Well, he's a fucking drug cop.
he's supposed to be a cop. And
He's a fucking paid buzzkill.
what do you mean by that?
Canine dogs. The
They
fucking.
use those dogs for more than just drugs, Keith. Bombs, other kind of shit.
I mean, a lot of bombs. These dogs go around detecting. You really that's what they're used for, John. I mean, it's been a long
Some
time
of them
since the
are.
Boone Unabomber, bro.
I don't really give a fuck what kind of dog it is, to be honest with you. You
It's a
fucking pick it up like that and swing. I don't care if it's
Yeah.
a drug dog.
No, I wasn't talking
What
about
the fuck does that matter?
No, I wasn't talking about the dog. I was talking about the person.
Really doesn't have anything to do with the story.
Okay, well, go on.
But the chief isn't even letting the name of the cop out, but it's on the video, and on the video you can hear all the other cops saying, "Oh, my camera's not on, my camera's not on." But one of them was on, evidently. But so they were already planning to cover it up. So obviously
really?
they didn't think it was right. So I don't know. But the dog's name is Zool, and apparently it's still in good health, but they separated the dog from the handler. But this is my point, is the cop is supposed to be, protect and serve and take care of people. How are you going to take care of people when you lose your temper like that with a dog that jumped out of the car 2 feet and stopped as soon as you told it to? I don't know.
Yeah, I
This
mean,
dude, he should be fired, man. If you can't handle a dog better than that, then I don't know. There's no way you can handle people in society.
yeah. I mean, we got people out there not being paid to not murder right now.
Yeah.
And you're gonna beat on this dog. Also, the dog is your partner, right?
Yeah.
When you're a cop with a dog, like, the dog is your homie. That's your partner. And if someone was to, like, hurt that dog, it's technically like a criminal or a perpetrator. It's the same crime as if you hurt a police officer. They fall under the same protection. So it's like, really, this cop is guilty of assaulting an officer.
Yeah.
I mean, last time I checked, felony assault, probably a real bugaboo for being a cop. You know what I'm saying?
The chief said the matter is under investigation, but there could be a possible explanation for it. It is important to understand that police canines are trained to use force against criminal suspects, and the handler must ensure that they have complete control over their dog at all times. so that any use of canine in the field is appropriate and lawful. So, how's the cop going to control the dog when he can't even control himself?
Yeah, it sounds like he's pretty out of control of his temper, emotions.
Yeah.
And also, like you've worked around dogs. You're a dog person. You've got 3 beautiful dogs.
Yeah.
You've had probably upwards of 10, 12 dogs in your life.
Yeah, probably close to 10 at least.
And I know when you were in high school, you used to work at the dog food shop where they train dogs. So you're around a lot of dog training. Was there ever anything about punching them in the face or whipping them around violently on a leash?
No.
I don't, because I've never heard of this particular strategy when it comes to learning dominance with your animal. Or
this dude did everything short of kneeling on the back of the dog's neck for 8.5 minutes. Like, dude, what the fuck?
Man, it's just horrible.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We might have to take a couple weeks off. I think I might take some vacation time and go down to North Carolina for the protests.
Are there? Well, will you be? Is this the Million Dog March that's going to go on down there?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That might be a lot of poop with all those dogs. I mean, instead of going to the protests, I might just take over a block of downtown Indianapolis and call it like Kaz or CAD or something, you know?
Like a place where animals could have a free state here in the United States.
Yeah.
You know, a small,
completely independent of the U.S. government. Yeah,
small like seceded
I don't know.
area.
I've just been going through like the best ways to react to a video of police brutality, and that seems to be the couple of the main things, you know.
So
go bust out some windows downtown, you know.
Yeah.
Have a good time.
Terrorize an old person. Set a dumpster on fire. I mean, you know, when things you see on the internet upset you, it's best to create real violence in your own community. I think that when you see somebody's safety and life in jeopardy, or you know, hurt, just the hurting of someone, it's better to go out and hurt all the people around you as a way to cope with that. I believe that that's pretty much like it. I mean, that's kind of what men used to do. You know what I mean? Their boss all day, fucking harping on them, Mr. Slate, telling them to make the rocks small. They got a lot of big rocks. You got to make the big rocks small. Then you go home, you make the bruises on the wife.
Gather up all the villagers and get your pitchforks and fucking storm the castle, dude.
Oh man, if only there was a castle to storm. If only there weren't so many castles. Like how if we like, it's like the idea of eat the rich. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people to eat.
Yeah. So I don't know. It just pisses me off when people hurt animals like that. So I guess since he hadn't been named, I guess this week's hammer goes to Chief Jerry Stokes.
Chief Jerry Stokes?
Chief that he's hiding behind. So he's gonna catch the hammer for this fucking.
Well, that's the thing.
Bag.
Fucking Jerry, and all cops need to start getting their head around is you're not a gang. It's like the fucking, they're a gang. They're the gang that fights gangs, and they're also the gang that fights the people who are victimized by the gang, and also they're victims themselves of bad circumstances and lack of opportunity. A lot of them, you know, they don't want to be a substitute teacher. You and I both get it, you know. There's substitute teachers with guns. You know what I mean? And they get way more pussy than regular.
I don't know. I don't like to generalize. I mean, all cops aren't bad.
No, no.
The ones that beat their dogs are.
Yeah.
So
That's true. But a good cop, perhaps, we don't know, in the chief here, is standing up for a pretty fucking bad cop. We don't know if he was a good cop but he's not acting like a very good cop right now because this guy's a fucking criminal. He assaulted a police officer and they're protecting him.
You just can't come out and say shit like that because it's obvious when all the rest of the cops are saying, is your camera on? Is your camera on? Turn off your camera. It's pretty obvious the dude did something wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, why are we giving them the ability to turn their own cameras off?
Yeah, they should just be on all the time.
What's the point of the body cam if the perpetrator that we're trying to watch, like, I thought these body cams were for civilian safety, not for police safety. Police safety is protected with their big belt full of guns and hurt you toys.
Their Batman fucking belts.
Yeah, their safety's pretty well fucking protected. They got a fucking vest on. That's for our protection. And then they just got an on-off switch on these motherfuckers? What the hell is that?
Yeah, I think it depends where you're at, but I don't know.
Sounds like
Salisbury, North Carolina. I don't know. I'm not expecting too much out of them.
Hey, we're lucky if half that police department isn't in the fucking Klan. You know what I mean? I know it's 2020, but yeah, or 2021, 20 blackjack, but still, it's not like it's a perfect world down there.
Nah. Down in Andy Griffithville.
Yeah, dude. Well, actually, Andy Griffith would have never beat a dog.
Nah.
That dude was pretty fucking awesome. If cops should be forced to watch the Andy Griffith show. That would be a really educational experience, you know? It would be good training. Like, this guy doesn't even have a gun. And he solves all the problems amicably for all the people in his town. Oh, he also had to live in the town that he policed. That was a very interesting thing about the Andy Griffith show. It's like he didn't like live in a town 45 minutes away from the town where he was protecting and serving, you know, so that he could have virtual anonymity and suffer very little personal interaction outside of his job with the people. But, you know, that's just neither here nor there. You know, it was only the fucking 50s. It's not like anything was ever right about the 50s. So, except for music. I mean, a lot of good music. But John, I think he'd be a good guy to send a hammer to. You know what I mean? Put it in the mail.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe his dog will sniff it and be like, "Oh, there's a hammer in there." I don't know. Is there like a little head nod, or do they twitch their ear over for hammer? I don't know.
Yeah, they took the dog away from him anyway.
Either way, we could wrap it up real nice and send that priority first class mail. You know, first class priority.
I did have another thing. On a happier note, a little bit more positive note, I've gone 2 episodes without saying retard or retarded.
That's pretty good.
I mean, it's fucking awesome.
And
for me to go 2 full episodes without saying retard or calling somebody motherfucking retard, like, to be fair, the episode before that, I might have said it 100 times.
Motherfucking retard.
But 2 zeros in a row of saying retard, it kind of brings your average down. So
that's true. That's true.
I think it just shows that this is a podcast kind of about growth. Like,
I think we've been growing as people. You
yeah,
know,
I'm getting, a little more sensitive, a little less angry.
I'm wearing clean clothes.
You're growing.
Am I growing? Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, I just thought I'd pat myself on the back a little bit. So, 2 episodes, no retards.
Hey, let's keep it going. You know, keep that streak going. It's like well, we'll have to start it over at 0 now. But days since John said retard, starting over right now.
Next episode, I'm going to sing that Black Eyed Peas song, the unedited version.
Oh.
The whole episode. It's probably like a 5-minute song, so 20 times they say retard, probably 50 times in the song. Get that average back up.
There you go. You could have it so that it's like you say nothing but retard on the show if you plan it correctly.
Like the Africans that use like the clicking, like it's all just a bunch of clicks, but it's how they say them. So I just say retard, but it's the intonation and the cadence changes the word.
Well, it is a versatile word. You know, it can be clinical. It can be something you say in curiosity. It can be something you call someone out of anger or just out of accurate assessment.
I think it kind of shows.
But for the most part, it's used to hurt people's feelings, I would say. It's more of one of those words that's become word that's used to hurt.
It could be.
That's why I like to say diminished capacity.
Not that I'm growing, but we're growing as a nation. Because did I go 2 episodes without saying retard because I consciously decided that? Or did just nobody douse their head in fucking grill?
Maybe it's that there hasn't been anybody. Oh well, I got one for you later on. That you might have to break out the R word because I got a real Nimrod, numbskull, and nincompoop for the last segment. But I do want to get to you. Challenged me essentially last episode to kind of do a segment like you did for Black History Month for this month, International Women's Month, or WCW. No, that was the Wrestling Federation. Women's Celebration Marathon.
I don't know what the actual name is. If it's Women's History Month or
I don't think they have much history.
Or is it Women Appreciation Month?
WAP. That's right. Or WAP. Yeah, Women Appreciation Month. Wet ass pussy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize that they were going to be identical. That's a happy accident. I'm just now finding this out. Because while you did have me come up with a segment that I am aptly naming Woman of the Week, I did not find out what the actual month was called in the first place. So thank you, John, for educating me. And I would like to just go ahead and get started telling everybody about
it's Women History Month.
Is it Women History Month? What? One of them flew a plane. One of them went to space. They all can vote now. What's the fucking story? Like, I don't know. A celebration of 400 years of cleaning house, waiting tables. Wow.
That's 3 more days than the black people get.
Yeah, ain't that about a bitch?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Well, that's one thing that I incorporated into my segment, Woman of the Week, which is so far, and I've got pretty much all of them planned out. White women just didn't make the cut. Typical. You know what I mean? So time for white women to sit in the back of the bus while we go into this week's Woman of the Week. WOTW.
That's one thing, though. I don't know. Why did they always hate sitting in the back of the bus? Like, when I was in school, we always wanted to sit in the back.
It's not.
That's where the cool kids
I know the cool kids sit in the back, and also people still sit in the back of the bus.
It's different for public transportation.
Also, it's compulsory. You have to sit there. That's fucking horrible. And also, where do they put the air conditioning? In the front of the bus.
Yeah. Back in the 50s. Right?
Yeah. It's like a fan with a block of ice in front of it. And you imagine that trying to reach all the way to the back of the bus? Come on. These people were burning up, and they worked just as goddamn hard as any fucking pinche güero sitting in the front. You know? Probably harder. And for less money. But this is not about Rosa Parks. I'm not going to... I mean, that would be pretty typical. I mean, Rosa Parks, your Amelia Earhart, Susan B. Anthony, Eleanor Roosevelt, Betty Davis, the one that was married to Miles Davis, not the actress from the movies, famous movie star. Maybe Angela Davis,
Gina Davis,
Gina Gershon, and well, frankly, these are just all
Selma
women.
Hayek.
We're starting to just get into women that I want to fuck. So let's
did you
just
do Selma Hayek? Because that would be pretty awesome.
No, in fact, unfortunately, as I see it now, I don't think we have any Latina women. Sonia Sotomayor, Selma Hayek, the great what was that one bitch with the unibrow? Kato Kalin. No, that's not her name. What was it? Something something Callow, Rito Callow. There you go. Anyway, Kato Kalin, Rita Callow. What are you gonna do?
I don't remember Rita Callow.
She was like a lesbian Mexican artist that did pretty much all self-portraits. Like all of her famous pieces are like pictures of her really kind of average face. But the woman of the week this week, I think you're going to be a little surprised, is your girl Mac Breezy, the Candy Lady. That's right. She was born in East Atlanta, where they keep bandanas on their car antennas, and nobody talks to strangers, but they will cut off the homie's fingers. You know what I'm saying? She grew up in straight brick squad. What was it? 2, 4, 6 makes an elbow. No, 2, 4, 8, 16. That's an elbow.
Me, man.
Well, I mean, she's a very talented musician. She was first approached by a talent agent after she was seen at her local high school talent show. And get this, I mean, she literally has risen all the way to being the girl that Gucci Mane punched in the face that one time on World Star Hip Hop.
Dude, are you retarded?
What? What are you talking about, bro?
Who? You gotta come.
This is Mac Breezy, the Candy Lady, bro. She took. Okay, so Gucci Mane. Get this right. So Gucci Mane comes up behind her and he starts kind of grinding on her a little bit, and she's like, "Get the fuck off me, Gucci!" And he's like, "Fucking bitch!" And he throws her like across the room, and then she turns around and comes back at him. So he just mollywops her right in the face. No charges filed. Anyway, you never saw that video?
Nah.
I mean, this is the woman of the week, John. I mean, I think.
I should have just took this topic. I don't know.
You don't like the... I mean, it's like what you did with the guys from Parliament Funkadelic,
Dude, those guys are legends.
Yeah, that's true.
Fucking mean something to me personally.
Well, I can't say that about Mac Breezy, the Candy Lady. She doesn't mean shit to me.
You
other
need to
than
quit saying her name, or else a bunch of bees are going to start flying around the apartment.
Oh,
you can't say Candyman 3 times, dude.
Okay, well, I'm not trying to.
Candy Lady, that's a different story.
And it's duh instead of the. So, well,
does she have an ice cream cone tattoo on her face too?
No, I don't believe so. Because see, that's the thing. After that, she no longer rode with Gucci or the Juice or the great Waka Flocka Flame. Probably the greatest rapper ever born. I just love his, rat. He just machine gun noises and bow, 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 bow. Dude, you can sing along with the background noises of these songs, bro. You don't even have to learn the words. You can just start going bow, bow, bow. It's fucking awesome. You're not a big Atlanta rap fan. More Dirty South, Texas, Louisiana stuff.
No, I like Atlanta, but
well, I do have an alternative.
A little bit more old school than that.
I do have an alternative, but it will change the direction in which the segment goes from here on out. Would you rather me change the direction this is going in?
Let's call an audible on this one.
Okay,
I
okay.
don't need to hear any more about the candy lady.
All right. Well, Mac Breezy, you're one tough cookie, and I appreciate the fact that, I mean, Gucci's a big dude, and when he mollywopped her, like, she didn't back down. She was ready to go. She's a scrapper.
I don't think he's really that big.
He's big compared to a woman. I mean, anyway.
I don't know. I've seen some of them women.
Anyway, it looks like we're going to be changing the segment. We're calling an audible, and I'm excited to go down this route too, because it is kind of more in that whole like close to me, something that means something to me, and it is the new segment, the new segment, Women of the Week, man. It's a celebration of the queens of reggae music.
We can work with that.
Starting with the great Reverend Marion Hall, born July 12th, 1969 in Galena, St. Mary Parish on the north side of the Jamaican island. So small community.
The island of Jamaica.
Yeah, the island of Jamaica. And she grew up it's kind of a small town. Not a lot to do, but the dance halls were like the thing to do. Everybody went to these big dance bars, you know, where everybody cut loose and they had live music all the time because, like, who's buying a fucking jukebox? You know what I'm saying? They barely can afford a bottle of cola wine.
Yeah, a lot of people say that that's where rap started too.
In St. Mary?
No, just
in the dance halls?
No, yeah, just in Jamaica, because what they would do is the DJs in Jamaica at all the dance halls, what they would do is they would, on the B side of all the Jamaican records, all the reggae records, was the instrumental track.
Oh, really?
Of the single. So what they would do is put on the B side, play the instrumental, and then they would just kind of, not necessarily rap, but they would just brag and boast and shit.
Oh, okay.
Just, speak that Jamaican speak.
Yeah, man. Like, and that's the kind of music that that's the kind
talk
of
about. They were the best DJ. They had the best ride and all that shit. Same shit rappers talk about now. It's like,
and very sexual music. It's about fucking, like, because it's about fucking or ganja, because like that's pretty much the only vices that they got. There is no Chivas Regal in St. Mary Parish, but there's a dance hall and there's sweaty women and they want to dance with you, and you got fucking abs from poverty, and everybody's looking good and they're glistening in the sweat. I've just been fantasizing about Jamaican dance halls that I'll never get to go to because they kill me. Because
I love that part of belly when they go to Jamaica.
Fuck yeah!
Tight. Oxen's like, you see that bitch there, man? Yeah, make it dick hard like Rockweiler.
Well, as a teenager, Marion moved to Kingston and got a job sewing at a place called the Free Zone. Very hard work, but it was able to provide her with the financial means to stay in the city and eventually become the woman we now all know today as Lady Saul, Queen of the Dance Hall. Okay, she come from Dance Hallville, and then like her ability to go home and perform, and to all the different venues all over the island led to her success with her record starting in Jamaica and then eventually growing to the multi-platinum recording artist that she is today. You might know some of her songs from her breakout album. That's the most successful album. Maybe maybe not the most successful album in sales, but definitely the most hits by comparison to the second album, which also did very well. But it's called Lover Girl, and it's got the song Informa, you know? And like, that's about the motherfucking snitch getting killed. So she also some violence in there, you know? It's violence, it's fucking, it's ganja. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful life. And
When
I
did it
thought
come out?
I believe 1987 was when Lover Girl came out. Also, it's got the song Stab Up Me Meat, which is just about getting fucked in the street, literally. But also, it kind of has this weird kind of prudish angle to it where she's like, you can fuck me in the street, put my body any way you want, but I won't suck your dick. No, I won't suck your dick. It's fucking very funny and hard ass. It's good fucking music, and you immediately like start fucking dancing like the second it comes on. I was listening to it a little bit today, you know, working in my new Levi tennis shoes from Marshalls, and it's just, God.
Yeah, I never was really into all the dance hall stuff. I was into more of the older, kind of more contemporary reggae, but
Well, the thing is, she was
it definitely makes you
revolutionary.
move.
Yeah, and she was revolutionary in reggae because, like, she had a performance style all of her own, where she would, you know, kind of give lap dances to the audience and to other men in the band on stage, and it's called slack or slacker or slacked with a D at the end. This type of lewd performance, where her performances eventually got. She was so popular, but the uptight people. And let's face it, a lot of the white Jamaicans, you know, if you can even call them that, Jamaican, that is, a lot of these colonizers down there were like, we can't have a woman doing this foul, sexually explicit performance. And so they banned her while they let all these other dudes who had the same kind of music and were going grind on the girls and on the dance floor as part of their performance, essentially stealing what she kind of started in this genre of music. They banned her and let these guys have fucking free reign, and she was like, "Oh hell no." You know, I'm not very. I can't do the accent very good.
Accent.
That wasn't good. It ain't gonna work for me, boy. You know. And she eventually gave it all up. You know, in 2016, she became the Reverend Marion Hall, renouncing her life of lewd and lascivious performance art and dirty reggae rap music, and you know, started making gospel. And I gotta say, bro, if you thought the fucking dance hall music made you hard, bro, you gotta wait till you hear Lady Saul on the gospel track, Reverend Lady Saul, bro.
Yeah, nobody likes a quitter.
Ooh, I know, right? But no,
Stick
dude.
with your guns.
Fucking all glory and power go to God. I'll tell you, man.
That's like when Sinead O'Connor tried to become like a priest or some shit. She's tearing up pictures of the Pope on SNL, and then she tries to become a fucking priest.
Wasn't it in a different church, like one of the Lutheran churches or something?
Dude, I think she was trying to be Rastafarian. Something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's fucking crazy. She could sing though.
Yeah. I mean, I was never a Sinead O'Connor fan at all, but I will recognize the fact that she has a voice people enjoy listening to. I just don't like what she does. I just don't like her stylistically. It doesn't hit me in the groovy bone. But I feel like what would be an episode of When It Rays It Pours if we didn't at least dog on some T-girl at some point for being silly and weird. So I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up the Woman of the Week, unless there's anything else you want to know about Lady Saul. John,
Yeah, sounds like she's pretty sweet.
yeah, and fucking check out her tunes. You can hear her whole fucking catalog free on YouTube. It's great. Shout out to YouTube. It's where you come to watch our fucking show.
Lady
After
Saul,
you're done with this,
good job at being a woman.
yeah,
This is your month.
this is your month. And you had half of last month too, so that's pretty good. You're doing all right. I do celebrate you, and next week we'll have another Queen of Reggae.
Damn, she gets 2 months in a row. She's really killing it.
Exactly, dude. Because we get dominance over all of society. I forgot. Damn. But you know, that's like when you got you got your money that you needed for rent for Christmas, and then everybody else has a present to open, but you really needed the money for rent, you know. But you're still kind of sitting there like, ah, man, wish I had something to open. I don't know. I don't know where that metaphor came from or what I was referring to. It looks like that weed's lurking overtime. But yeah, John, I saw something crazy in trans news this week. Well, I mean, very rarely do you see anything sane. But I read this article here. I'll pull it up on my phone because I'd hate to misquote. And I also find it just so much easier to use people's actual words against them. This is an article by P.E. Moskowitz. It's called, "I couldn't imagine being happy, but I could imagine being Carmella." That's right. We're combining two of our favorite topics here at the When It Rays It Pours podcast, transgenderism and The Sopranos. And I'm sure that that's exactly why whatever algorithms monitoring my internet use put this delightful little article in my morning news cycle. Let me know, basically, PE over here, old physical education, Moskowitz, tells a story. You know, it's a story about a young man who's lost, who is suffering from several mental illnesses as a result of a life lived wrong. I mean, you basically not acknowledging this inner desire to be a woman, or this inner reality that they themselves were a woman, until one night she was watching The Sopranos, and she was like, wow, I never realized it, but I'm a woman. I want to be Carmella. I don't have a problem at all with her transition. It's just, why do you have to pick the biggest cunt on the show? You know? It's like, I mean, sure, Ro was the fucking Queen of Jersey before Carm, but like, Carm is a fucking bad person. And why would that inspire you to make a tremendous life change like that? And
yeah, that's wild.
there are so many good women. Lady Saw, fucking Mac Breezy, the Candy Lady. There are
Selma
Hayek. There are all kinds of real women that are inspiring, but the character of Carmella Soprano is that of a fucking ruthless shrew, drenched in diamonds and really nice clothes.
Yeah, that's wild, man. I don't know. I thought I heard it all, but this is really crazy.
I mean,
you decided to transition genders watching a cable television show.
I mean, I understand literature
it's not
has.
TV, it's HBO,
It's
but
not.
I mean,
That's
they make
very true.
good shows, but like,
Yeah.
I didn't start like growing my hair out, not shaving, not bathing, because I watched Game of Thrones and they got wildlings. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't start carrying around a sword.
Yeah. Yeah, but now of course I did become. I think she's kind of trying to jack my whole thing.
Your
Like
religion
this, I mean, I did
from
change
atheist to Catholic.
Well, I was already a saved and sanctified Christian, washed in the blood of the Lamb, but I decided to go one step further into Catholicism and the wearing of wife beaters, based off of The Sopranos. But those are like, you can change your religion. Oh look, I'm a Buddhist. There you go. Suck it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can change your religion like it's fucking nothing. You gotta buy clothes. You better be fucking hitting Marshalls, bitch. If you gotta fucking, and frankly, you ain't gonna look nothing like Carmella shopping at Marshalls. So you better have millions of dollars at your disposal. If you're gonna transition into Carmella, you gotta have swag.
Did she like actually get surgery to look like Carmella too?
Well, I didn't see anything in the article about that. It's mostly her kind of kvetching about life before being before transition, and then she
inspired
gives a shout out to somebody else, and
watching Sunday night TV.
Yeah, I didn't decide to go to fucking home or go to what's that fucking Undertaker school because I liked 6 Feet Under. You know, I didn't start blowing black security guards because I like 6 Feet Under. I did it because I'm a person, and that was what I had in my heart. You know, that's what I wanted to do with my life. You know what I'm saying? It's like I would have done that if I never even saw that show.
That's what I mean. Like, I understand people being transgender. I get it, and if you really feel that way, do what makes you happy. But
no, don't do what makes you happy. If what makes you happy is being a total awful person.
No, if you're getting
if you're becoming Carmella,
if you're getting your cues from The Sopranos,
yeah,
I'm calling bullshit.
Yeah,
you're bonkers, dude.
Get a fucking grip.
This is somebody that wanted an article written about them, and they won.
No, they wrote the article. Old physical education Moskowitz is letting us all know that, you know, she lived a lie until she started living her truth. And her truth is being the ruthless queen of an ivory tower in fucking Jersey, living the fat Gucci store life of somebody whose fortune is built on blood and fucking degeneracy. I wouldn't have admitted that publicly. That's one of those thoughts you kind of keep to yourself. You don't go, hey, everybody, here's my story. My story is that on the inside, I'm not very nice. And really, I'm kind of all about things.
Yeah, I haven't watched the show in a while, so you're a little bit more wrapped up in the character she chose. I'm just kind of trying to get where, like, it doesn't matter the show. If you're getting your cues on what you have between your legs from a TV show, you got problems.
I would never presume to say that all trans people are mentally ill, but clearly this person is, and getting fucking paid very handsomely to tell everybody about how crazy they are in trying to encourage people.
It makes you believe that it is true because who could make that shit up?
Yeah. Yeah. It does sound like a deep, it's like I said, what it should have been a secret. It sounds like something nobody would ever cop to because it's bad. It's not good. I mean, you could have been Melfi. Melfi is a fucking professional, sexy, intelligent.
You'd have to go to school to be
empathetic woman. Yeah. Oh, God forbid. God forbid you be a woman of accomplishment. What is Carmella is literally the hitcher of the wagon to the star. It's like she knew Tony was good to go. His dad's boss, so she wifed him up right out of high school. Even though what about Artie's wife? The best. She's terrific.
I would think you would be a fan of Carmela. Like, didn't she fuck around with the priest?
They had kind of an intimate moment, and also the way Catholics do communion is a little sexual. I mean, you get down on your knees, you put your tongue out, they put it in your mouth. Regular old Christian church, you just go up to the front, you grab a cracker, you throw that shit back with a shot, and you go sit the fuck down. There's not any real booze. You know what I'm saying? Because we're giving it to children and all. I don't know. I just, I'm not going to start hating on my former religion, Catholicism.
Oh, you switched already?
Yeah, dude, I told you I'm Buddhist now. Still going to wear the wife beaters, though. Tank tops are pretty great, but I think that's about all I have learned from
some yoga.
I think that's all I'm gonna really implement in my life from having watched The Sopranos is just wear tank tops. You're kind of overweight. You're pretty overweight.
Eat deli meats with your hand.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with grabbing a little gabagool out of the fridge just because you are in the kitchen. Every time you're in the kitchen. Especially when you go there planning to make a big bowl of ice cream. You got to have a couple cold cuts before you eat the ice cream.
Think about how much money they spent on food just for that show.
Dude, because it all had to
really
be
ate too.
It all had to be edible food because he's really eating it. You can't have it be like, sometimes they'll do a scene where there's like a bunch of food and a lot of it's fake and stuff like that. But
if it's just sitting out, they're eating the whole time.
They're actually eating the food the whole time. And that is really one of the best parts of the show is just watching them eat. It's so there's just a genuine humanness to seeing someone eat food because we all know in our DNA, like it's all the way down to our molecular structure. You gotta eat. You gotta eat, baby. But you don't have to eat French dips dipped in blood, like Carmela did every day. Let me just wrap a nice, pretty ring of blood diamonds that I'm not saying that all these diamonds were produced in mines over in Africa where people died all the time and were just thrown in a hole, although that they probably were. This is made late 90s, early 2000s. We didn't even really know about blood diamonds until like after the recession had already hit and we were out of the diamond market anyway, But I digress. We're getting away from the point. The point was essentially those diamonds were blood diamonds because Tony killed somebody for them, or he had somebody kill somebody for them. They probably came off of a fucking corpse. That's what makes them fucking blood diamonds. They weren't necessarily mined in a negative way, although they probably were. I just feel for this person for so many reasons because, like, clearly they're being encouraged. Like, we're probably the only people that are gonna publicly say, like, what the fuck, lady? That's a pretty messed up way to be, I
wonder how David Chase feels about it. He's probably got to be pretty pumped.
David Chasatino. I don't know he's got a really Italian last name. David Chase is like a stage name. I know way too much about The Sopranos.
A good Italian name is from fucking Bronx Tale, dude. Collagino. That's a fucking name.
Yeah, I like that. I liked Pepperelli when they fuck up the gravestone. They write Joe Pepys, John Joseph Pepys on it, and he's like, and Tony's like, Peeps, it's a fucking nickname. The real name's Pepperelli. And he's like, we'll get it. Sill's like, we'll get it fixed. You know, he's always got that. He always looked like a fucking fish. We'll get it fixed, man. Yeah. Why didn't you transition into Sill? Like, why don't you just go full out reptile? He's a goddamn alligator of a human being.
Start wearing real long bandanas and playing guitar.
Yeah.
They should have had him play guitar on the show, I think.
Why wasn't that at least a little? Why wasn't there like a little? Sill played guitar. He was in a band
listening to fucking Bruce Springsteen.
That would have been
days.
They talk about Bruce Springsteen. Chris quotes him in a scene. He comes in late. He's been falling on and off again with heroin, and he shows up late to this thing, and they're like, where you been? He goes, sorry, the highway was clogged with broken dreamers on a halfway power drive or something. I don't think I got that paraphrase right, but last chance power drive. That's from Born to Run.
Yeah.
One of the most beautiful songs sung by one of the most awful voices. I'm not gonna hate on Bruce Springsteen. I don't hate on anything from New Jersey out of respect to the Sopranos. But
oh shit, is that movie out yet?
Voice is a little rough. No, it's coming soon though.
Saints of Newark or what?
Yeah, man. We're gonna have to get some real French shit and go watch that movie. Maybe get the Uber XL. You know what I'm saying? Little treat yourself night.
What do you mean?
Hit one of those dope ass movie theaters, got the big seats and shit.
Oh shit.
Grab the Uber XL.
Shit on TV, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We could call it a night in, man. Make a little ziti. A couple boxes of ziti. Well,
Coming to America came out yesterday, I think.
Dude, we got to watch that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm worried it's going to be cheesy.
Well, of course it's going to be a little cheesy. It's a comedy. They're trying to make you... I guess the first one had no cheese.
The first one's just a classic.
There really was no cheese. It was filmed so brutal. Like, it just showed brutal poverty through the whole show. The decadence was a little cheeseball, though. There was, like, painted trees and... the elephant, like the scene with the elephant, like clearly they're really indoors when they're pretending to be outside. I think you can see the hanging moon at one point. So there was a little cheese when they were trying to do the rich shit over in Africa, because they blew their whole budget on that fucking crazy dance thing. I hope they don't do that again, because that was horrible.
Do that shit again. They'll do that shit again.
The fucking giant flash mob there was no need for that, and I know it was expensive.
Those barbershop scenes are fucking hilarious. John Amos is up in that motherfucker.
Dude, it's crazy. They might have killed him on fucking Good Times all them years ago, but that motherfucker's still around.
He was in like one of those Conan and Barbarian movies too.
No shit.
Something like that.
He's a fucking classic, dude.
Yeah, he's a beast, dude.
He's Robert Duvall level. He's Robert Duvall level.
I don't know about that.
Bro, he was the Black Archie Bunker, bro.
I don't know. Robert Duvall's pretty killer.
Yeah.
But he kills it in that shit too when they fucking it's towards the end when he's like trying to get Hakeem and his daughter together because the king's there and all that shit.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Like,
he changes his mind completely.
And Eric LaSalle knocks on the door. He's like, I can't remember what he says, but he's just fucking so funny, man. That's a great movie.
Oh yeah, he totally. The dude knocks on his door and he's like, "Can't you get it through your greasy head?"
That's it.
What, you got Gorilla Glue in your ears, bitch?
Freaking the first movie for
yeah,
Samuel L. Jackson too.
They've got They've got all the fucking Soul Glow, dude. The Soul Glow song.
Gotta let your soul glow.
No one can hit that note because it goes so high. It's like the highest note on the soprano saxophone, but it's a guy's voice at the same pitch, and you're like, what the
His
fuck?
family gets up from the couch. And
It's all drenched. Oh man.
Well,
You know,
it was
that's
the
probably what I
fucking
should do.
debut of Samuel L. Jackson too.
That's what I should do with my hair, bros. Get a Jerry curl.
I don't know about that.
I mean, nobody's rocking it anymore. It'd be pretty. Do what I'd have to get a perm first. Then I had to get a bunch of that spritzy stuff.
Soul Glow.
Soul Glow. They don't really. Soul Glow is not a real product.
I bet you can get it on Amazon.
Really?
Yeah, they got everything.
Well, yeah, I think that's about it for today, right?
I don't have anything else.
Well, thanks everybody for watching. We really appreciate your continued support. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's episode.
Smash that button.
Yeah.
That's what the kids are saying.
Is that what they smash that button? Super smash.
Then I'll say it's right here, and then we put in a graphic.
Oh.
Smash that subscribe button. And put the subscribe button here.
Okay. I'll see what that'll cost. We'll talk to you later, everybody.